Is it going? Is it going? Is it going? Is it going? I think it's going. I always do this. I apologize. This is not even marginally entertaining. Okay, your audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. Why does it say that when you're going to see all this stuff? It's stupid. Okay, cool. Anyway, right. Hello everyone and welcome back. It's your host Michelle, aka Chat-Mort, and thank you so much for returning once again to my humble little channel. So I felt like streaming tonight, as you can see, and I felt like doing something I haven't done in a little while, as you can see. That is attempting to fill in a blank map of the United States of America. This is one of the scary things that we had to do in 5th grade. That's the beginning of junior high for at least my school district when I was little. And we were about 10 at the time for anybody who is across the pond, as they say, or anywhere else in the world. Anyway, it's 5th grade is the beginning of middle school or the tail end of elementary school. And one of the things you have to do in your history class or your social studies class, I don't know why they call it social studies when it's a history class, but is doing one of these maps where you have, I think, maybe 10 minutes at most to try to fill in the state names for every one of the US states. As you can see here, only 49 are included. Actually, I just found this, I just Googled it, and I brought this in to Microsoft Paint because that's how a pro does things, you see. So I'm gonna add Hawaii, which I don't remember which way the islands curve. Is it this way or that way? Okay. And then Alaska is like this big weird square thing, and it's like running. Okay. So I'm just going to add those in. But this was something that I was terrified about. It's something that like my aunts and my uncle had to do this too, even in school. Oh, let's make that transparent. So it was like this infamous thing that everybody knew about ahead of time, that you were going to have to go into 5th grade and fill in a matter of like 5 to 10 minutes every single state name, and you would get a grade on it, and it was really scary, and it actually did count toward your final grade. And I believe you did one at the beginning of the semester or the school year, and then at the end of the school year you did it again to see how much better you could do. So it was interesting. It was terrifying. That was a terrible class. I had a weird incident happen in that class, actually. The teacher was really awful and unlikable. In no way am I biased. And she actually accused me of going home one day because I didn't finish my homework when I went home sick. And the principal called home, and it was mortifying. And I had a very boring childhood, so that was one of the most horrifying things that had ever happened to me. It was terrifying and humiliating, and it made me very, very angry. So if you're watching, you suck. That's not nice at all. That teacher's not watching, and she does not suck. She just, I don't know. I didn't like her, but that's fine. For those of you who join, of course, before we get into the fun here, before we get into this rollicking good time, please like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so compelled, not to be condescending. If you don't want to do those things, please do not. I don't want your pity. And don't forget to change from top chat to live chat if you don't want to be treated like a kindergartner or like a 5th grader, perhaps, to bring things full circle, because YouTube seems to think that we're all children who will be mortified if we see scary words. So please remember to do that. And without further ado, let's see. This is not very accurate. These are very sort of crudely drawn states, but we'll see what we can do here. Watcher. You are a watcher? Are you... what are you saying? Welcome, Last Stand. Thank you for showing up. As usual, we now delve into the wonderful routine of me not knowing what you're talking about until like 5 minutes after you've typed it. Then I ask, what are you talking about? And then you say what you were talking about. And then by then I don't even remember what was going on, so I don't know. I want to try to find some nice colors to like color code these so they're slightly less messy. I guess I can use the ugly yellow, the like light turquoise, it says. I see that more as like a robin's egg blue. The violet, not so much. I don't know. No, I don't want to make white babies, thanks. I'm not putting more children into the world, and I'm not a sadist, so I'm not putting kids through what I've been through, thanks. I have cats. I have anime. If I have enough money one day, oh no, is it broken? Something went wrong while displaying this web page. What do you mean? Really? I was in the middle of doing my spiel nobody wants to hear about. Welcome back, Chat-Mort. Okay, I'm back. Well, that was weird. Anyway, nice. Good job crashing YouTube. Live dashboard. Thank you. Hi again. Sorry, you probably saw all that. I was going on my spiel about how I'm not having children. Maybe someday if I have a ton of money and I feel emotionally prepared to, like, take on the responsibility of crafting a whole freaking human being, I might adopt a child or two. But for the time being, I've got enough mental issues that I can't even take care of myself. So thank you for the offer. But no, I do not want to make babies with you at this current time, viewer. Like, comment, and subscribe, though. Am I right? Okay, I'm sorry. This isn't funny or interesting. Let's start with... Do I want to do this? See, the problem is the paint bucket thing isn't going to work because there are openings here, I think. Okay, maybe not. Oh my god, that's ugly. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, this is going to go well. Right. Anyway. I know that one. I know that one. I'm going to kind of like color code these based on the colors that I see these states as. Actually, no, because they're all just variations of yellow because I'm weird. I don't know. This is not going well at all. Maine I think of as like reddish. I don't know why. Okay. And I could type, but why would I do something that's reasoned and intelligent? Let's do this instead. Let's draw. Let's write with the mouse. This one, my dear friends, is a land of all great horrors and miseries. California. Whenever they're ready to saw themselves off and float into the ocean, the rest of us will happily bid them adieu, but that probably will not happen anytime soon. I kind of feel like Hawaii, because they're such a warm place, they're gonna be yellow. Let's do that. This one is, this is going so well. Alaska. This is supposed to be Alaska, in case you were not sure. This one is Hawaii. And because I'm not culturally insensitive, I will put the apostrophe between the I's. I know a bunch of people from Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, though. Let's do the great state of Florida. Florida was a mistake. I know people who live in Florida, and I'm happy that they're happy. But Florida, if you are not from America, or have not been to America, or have not heard, Florida is not a place where you go, ever. They have the worst sinkholes in all of the U.S., probably in all of the continent that we are on. They swallow up everything. The few areas that sinkholes have not swallowed up, which I'm not convinced isn't an act of God to destroy all of the mischief and mayhem and evil that goes on there. Everything else is overrun by gargantuan pythons that people have let go because people are terrible pet owners. So they're big enough that they will eat your chihuahua, your cat, your child if you let them out unattended in your backyard. Not to mention everyone else is a bunch of tourists, and the insects are this big and will devour you alive. If you don't know there's a mosquito on you for 5 minutes, well, you need a lot of blood transfusions if you're going to survive. So Florida should not exist. Also, hurricanes. Why? Why would you live there? Okay, Maine. Is that how you spell Maine? I don't know. This one is Ohio. This region has the second largest concentration of potholes. I meant I meant sinkholes, but potholes is how those manifest, because literally probably hundreds of thousands of tons of asphalt are just eaten up or swallowed up by the earth in Ohio every year. There are a lot of roads, like where I live in rural Ohio, where you will die if you even drive on those roads. It's not uncommon for people to blow out several tires in the winter months just trying to freaking survive, because there aren't enough roads for there to be alternatives for you to be able to get where you want to go without going in a pothole that's either going to swallow up the entirety of your car and you, or at least destroy a large and costly chunk of it. I like Ohio, though. I don't know why. Lol, California. Florida, home of Florida man, precisely. Hello, Kenneth. Welcome, dear friends. This is Michigan. Michigan is divided in two. I don't know why. Michigan is full of Democrats, I think. And some of my relatives. And Michigan and Ohio, we don't like each other because sports. Because that's a reasonable reason to not like people, right? I don't understand sports. I don't mean it to be offensive, but I don't get it. Okay. This is West Virginia. See, I see all these states as like yellows or reds. I think I see them color-coded in my head, but color-coded just means they're all like the same two colors. I know this one, right? I think this is West Virginia, because West Virginia is a funny shape. I know, well, it's ironic because West Virginia is full of hillbillies, supposedly, right? That's the stigma. But West Virginia broke away from Virginia during the whole Civil War era because Virginia would not relinquish their slaves. So West Virginia are less hillbilly-esque, if you want to group people based on those absurd, antiquated stereotypes, than Virginia. Virginia. And Virginia was named after the Virgin Queen, Elizabeth, at the time. I think. I think this is North Carolina and this is South, but I'm not positive. Let's do a yeller. See, I'm actually better at this than I thought I was, I think. There. We're going to have to use some other colors. I'm going to have to deviate here from those few at some point. What are you guys saying in the chat? Nothing new. Okay. Don't forget to switch from top chat to live chat, you guys, so you're not gypped out of half of the conversation. That is politically incorrect, and I did not mean to use that phrase. Cheated out of the half of the fun of the conversation. Okay. Moving right along. No, that is blue, in fact. North Carolina. One of my best friends growing up lived in either North or South Carolina for quite a while. Because her parents went to college there. And every time I mentioned the amazing, gripping, hypnotic, awesome, and terrifying tornadic activity I've seen living in flat parts of Ohio, she always made sure to loudly mention, well, she lived through a hurricane when she was like 5, so I am invalid as a human being. That's not true at all. She didn't realize she was doing that. Carolina. Regardless, as overbearing as she might have been at times, I'm very glad she survived the hurricane as a little kid. She's an awesome person. Shoop. Now, this one, I think, is New York. Is this one New York? This one's Pennsylvania, I believe. Let's make Pennsylvania violet. I don't know why. Why not? New. New York. I know there was another time in school when we were supposed to learn the states and their capitals because we listened to the Animaniacs song so much that sometimes I wake up in the night and it is still haunting me and I can't get it to leave my head. But it was very helpful to learn the states and their capitals. New York. is where I would live if I could live anywhere in the US. I would live as close to Times Square as possible if I had enough money that I could just pick wherever I wanted to live, either New York or Alaska. Because I love city life, but I also detest people. So that's, you know, I could have a home in both places. Maybe. Pennsylvania. I think. Now these up here, oh boy, these are going to be funny. These are going to be a blast. This one, I think, is New Hampshire. I'm pretty sure. Let's just dive right in here so we can write small enough to fit in the state. This is not going to work. No. Oh boy. Oh dear. Okay. No, we can do this. I will make this work. I got a new account only for streams. This will be the only for YouTube. I see. Alrighty. Will you organize that however you've got to do it? Because I know it. Sometimes you have to do that. My question is, where is the old Hampshire? Right? And that makes me feel like this one is Delaware, but I'm not sure. This little booger. This one. Why? Why is it so bad? Oh my god. Okay. We're going to draw a line to indicate that this is what we are labeling. Black. Black, thank you. Okay, no, we're going to have to go a little further away. This is just a mess. Some of these states need to, like, mesh together. I don't care if it's going to destroy electoral districts. I don't care if it's going to destroy things legislatively. You all need to just fuse into one state in this region to make it easier for me, personally. So you stop inconveniencing me. Road. Island. This is good. I'm not completely monopolizing all of this space here. So that's good for later. See, something here is Connecticut. This one might be Connecticut. I'm gonna guess that this is Connecticut because I'm not sure. It's been a while. It really has been a while, I must say. I want to know. Yes, it is mortifying that I don't know these things. These are very basic things that I should know as an American. But how many provinces are there? How many provinces? English is my first language, I assure you. How many provinces are there in Canada? Because I haven't the slightest idea. Connecticut. Okay, no, it's gonna have to be here. How can I angle this? Because it really is like Connecticut, right? Or is it Connecticut without the C? Is there a C? Okay, there is. It's the state to the left of Rhode Island. Oh. Alright. Well, in which I'm gonna die. Okay, don't tell me too many answers because this is my punishment. Oh dear, I need to be right-clicking, not left-clicking. This is my punishment for being a fool. I have to struggle through this here. I do know this one. This is Nevada. Nevada, probably. Nevada, not Nevada. This is where the weed happens, huh? Right? Nevada. Okay, this one is Tejas. I know that. Land of the hillbillies and patriots. That I'm writing in pink on pink. Okay. Oh, that's a big E. Tejas. Okay. This one is Louisiana. This is going much better than I thought it would, actually. And Louisiana looks like a weird foot. And I don't like it. Let me see. This one I'm going to make green because what is this one? This one is Wisconsin. That's where Vlad Masters lives, right? That's how an adult makes connections to states in the real world, right? Wisconsin. Fun fact, I had like friends in middle school and high school who told me over and over again, you gotta watch Danny Phantom, it's so good. I didn't watch it till like the very end of high school, if not early college. And Vlad Masters is one of my favorite bad guys of all time. He is so endearing. He's amazing. I love him. And he's the thing I think of when I think of Wisconsin. God damn it. Oh, no, FBI. I didn't say weed. I swear. Allie said, New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey are all together making the tri-state area. Really? Because Jersey's where Megas XLR took place. So it's one of these places, huh? The tri-state area. So, well, one of these is Vermont and one of these is Delaware, I believe. Don't tell me too much. Let me screw these up myself. Connecticut is red because it has the word cut in it. Hold on. See, my problem here is, no, that's too close. I think this one is Indiana, but I'm not sure. This one is Tennessee, and Tennessee is not that shape at all, I assure you. Okay, I'm not dying. That was all by design. T-E-N-N-E. Tennessee. Okay, cool. This one, I want to make it tan, but we don't have a tan. This is Idaho. This is the state that feeds me almost solely. I love potatoes. Idaho. This one is Washington. I would also like to live in Washington because I like the cold, but I prefer like rain to snow. And I also don't like the idea of it being daytime for like 6 months like it is in Alaska. That's disgusting to me. I need the dark or I can't sleep. So maybe Washington would be better because I'd love being in the rainy time. That one, I feel like is Vermont. So we're going to make it Vermont. Shall we? Let's. Don't tell me if I'm wrong. This is my punishment. Vermont. I feel also, though, like Vermont is over here. I don't know why. I think of, like... I think a lot of these as interchangeable with... Like, I don't know why. There are certain states whose names I just lump together in my head. Utah to the right of Nevada. Oh, yeah. You're right. You guys aren't supposed to be helping me. You're supposed to be laughing at me as I fail. Utah. That is Utah, isn't it? Utah. And then, this one is Oklahoma, correct? Because Oklahoma gets freaking decimated by tornadoes all the time. That's another place, like, I have been absolutely obsessed with and terrified of tornadoes since I was little. And I think it started because I had a really weird older babysitter when I was little. She was the only person that my parents could find who was really trustworthy because they did not want to send me to like a daycare where I was going to be like, I don't know, exposed to like horrible diseases and molested by the babysitters and beaten up by other toddlers and vomited on all the time, you know? So they could barely afford it, but that was one of their priorities, making sure I was at home with a babysitter as opposed to some place where I was one of 8,000 little like drooling, vomiting, screaming children. to a tiny room. Why was I saying that? Because, dear friends, this is Oklahoma. If it's not, don't tell me otherwise, because this is Oklahoma now, okay? Okay. Yeah, my babysitter was really weird. She could be nice, but she was just a very, very, very strange woman. And she told me in great detail how scary tornadoes were and exactly what conditions you should look out for, you know. And she described them in a rational way, but me as like a 4-year-old, it scared the shit out of me to hear the kind of things you look out for in the sky, like these massive billowing, you know, thousands of miles tall clouds like rolling over each other. And everything being this like really eerie green and everything being deathly quiet before the tornado starts. Freaking terrifying. And she was like, everything will look greenish. Well, where I lived, we had like a 5-acre backyard and we had a bunch of trees that were incredibly tall. So I was like, everything is greenish. We're gonna die right now. And she just let me panic for a while before correcting me because that was amusing to her. You're way off with Vermont. Freaking am I? Well, what is this one? I will fix it. Because I feel like, who is this? If this is Washington, is this Oregon? Is Vermont over here after all? Because I know like Delaware and Vermont are over here. Somewhere. I think Vermont is over here. Like, I think of all the little guys like way that way as leftist states, but then the guys closer this way on the western side are also really leftist. So I don't know. Okay, that's just purple state for now. It's just purple. This is purple land. This is Iowa, I think. Maybe. Iowa? Question mark. Cool. Vermont isn't even the West Coast. You're not supposed to help. Stop that. You failed geography. I didn't, actually. She only has one wrong. You just said it. Bingo. The O state. Oregon? You fools! You're supposed to be laughing at me, not helping. Alright. Oregon. Oregon. Ha-ha! Yes. Yay! Okay. Oh poopy. See? These are the Dakotas, I think. This one is north, and north makes me think cold. South makes me think not cold, so we'll do yellow. These are now, as of this moment in time, North and South Dakota, okay? Okay. Good talk. North? Dakota. And South Dakota. Isn't this nice? Isn't this a pleasant little mental exercise for all of us? Just a lovely little educational video to pass the time. That's a really long little tail there on that A. This can be rectified. This can and shall be rectified. Duh. Perfect. Land of 10,000 lakes is Iowa? I don't. Please don't be offended, everyone. I'm not sure. I know that there's a couple I's, short ones. Idaho is way out west. I know the potatoes come from far away because I'm very, very blessed and grateful that they get to me because I need them or I would die. I eat potato products all the time. The Oregon Trail, they are both cold. Well, I know, but I need to visualize these in a strange and silly way. For some reason, I am convinced that this one is Montana. But Montana could also be this one. No, that's probably Missouri. That's probably another M. Let's make this one Montana. Montana? Question mark. Now these, dear friends, these are Utah. One of these is New Mexico. Is this one Iowa? I don't know. Is one of these Oklahoma? I am not sure. I could name all the states and their capitals in 3 minutes. Well, aren't you fancy, Gonzo Duke? Look at you. No, in all honesty, that's good, and more people should be able to do that. I can do capitals better than states. I'm going to say that because you have no way to prove otherwise. Let me see. These are Florida, Georgia, and Mississippi. Which one is where? I don't know. Oh, poopy. One of these is New Mexico. One of them is. And these are Kansas and Nebraska. I think Kansas is below and Nebraska is above. Because there was some book we read that was read to us, like in elementary school or something, where all the states were like anthropomorphized. They all talk to each other. And Kansas and Nebraska, I vaguely remember as if they were the main characters. And so I know these two are Kansas and Nebraska. I don't know which one is which, though. So we're just gonna make it up as we go. That's indeed how this works, is it not? No, Oklahoma is right. Are we supposed to be helping? You know what? It's up to you. You can either silently laugh at me or laugh amongst each other, with each other, or you can help. If you want to give hints, that's appreciated. This is more just an excuse to stream and something to talk about while streaming than anything else. Nebraska. Why is it squirgly? I don't know. That one's gonna be Nebraska and this one's gonna be Kansas now. If they're the other way around, you can tell me or you cannot tell me. It's up to you guys. But I know these two are Kansas and Nebraska. The one you have... Freaking... Is it Minnesota? God damn it. Okay. Thank you for the help, dear friend. Minnesota. See, I felt like this one was an M, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Alright. Oh, I'm coloring on yellow with yellow. That's some dirt on my screen. No, it's not. It went away when I scribbled on it long enough. Minnesota. Well, then, which one is Iowa? I'm sad. The one under is Missouri. Is it really? Is it really? Are you really helping? Wait. Iowa's right below and the one under is Missouri. Okay. I'm going to take your word for it because you know better than I do at this point. Oh, what color should I use? I associate different colors with different letters. Like it's not synesthesia. I can speak English. This is all of the margarita I had. I swear. I don't have synesthesia, but I do make weird connections between certain letters and like vowel sounds and colors. But I've taken tests on it to see if what I have could qualify as synesthesia. Nothing like definitive, just like online quizzes that aren't diagnoses or whatever. But what did you... I'm reading your answers again. Iowa is below and the one below is Minnesota. Thank you. Iowa. That's a good W. Okay. Minnesota. For things like this, one, I could be typing, which would be a lot smarter, but I'm scared I'm going to bump my mic and screw up whatever internal wiring is loose. And also, it's more fun writing like this. But I wish I had my tablet at times like this. I have a tablet. It's a Surface 2 Pro, I believe it's called. But styluses almost don't work on it. It's infuriating because I wanted to use it to draw using just like basic, like cheap art software, and I can't because styluses just don't work on it. It's just not. It's not a tablet made for that at all. This is Wisconsin. This is not Wisconsin, so I don't care. See, message redacted. What mischief are you up to, Gonzo Duke? Yeah, then under Iowa is Missouri. Sorry, I read messages out of order sometimes. Thank you. Now, there is a country band or a folk country bluegrass band called Florida Georgia Line. Wait, freaking, what do you mean we get to the one under? The one under is Missouri. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fix it. Right. There's, as I was saying, pertaining to Florida and the states adjacent immediately to it, there's a bluegrass or a country band, I think, called Florida Georgia Line. So assuming they got their geography right, one of these two states is Georgia, because I know Louisiana and Mississippi are the other two. Missouri. Boop. I did my makeup today. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette to do my makeup because I wanted to do makeup that would match the portal on my Rick and Morty sweatshirt. Why? I don't know. I just got that idea and I decided to follow through for once with one of my many ideas. You're welcome. Okay, I rectified the 2 Minnesotas. You can all resume your lives as scheduled and planned. My issue now is there's an Indiana and an Illinois around here. And then, is this Indiana? This one's Kentucky. I am a freaking genius, dude. You're welcome, everyone. I'm gonna make Kentucky purple, right? Because Tennessee is this zigzaggy one. So this one is now going to be Kentucky because I said so. And they are allegedly where the delicious fried chicken comes from that you eat. And as you're eating your first wing, you can already feel the grease oozing out of your face pores, which is, there's nothing more glamorous in my book, you know. So one of these is going to be this color. Is this Indiana? Maybe. And then is this Illinois? Illinois? So many people say Illinois, and it's quite distressing to me, even though I have no room to criticize anyone. Below the Florida is way off from Georgia, and there is no line. I don't know if I believe you. I don't know, man. Okay, hold on. These are... I'm going to say this one is Indiana, because I said so. Yes. Indiana. And this one is now Illinois, because I think this is kind of the shape of Illinois. Ooh, that's a... Huh, that happened. Illinois. Question mark. There we go, covering all of my bases. I have Utah right. I'm pretty sure not 100%. The perfectly squared state is Utah. I thought Utah was perfectly square too. I'm not sure. I don't know which one of these is New Mexico. I'll have to figure it out here in a minute. Beside Ohio is Indiana, and your brother lives in Georgia. That's cool. Okay. See, I thought Indiana was adjacent. I was pretty sure it was like right next to it, but I wasn't positive. AliRx said, I can only help out with the Northeast states. My memory on the others in the middle is kind of fuzzy, so I can't help you there. Illinois is under Wisconsin. Illinois is lucky because it's next to the state that Vlad Masters lives in. in a children's cartoon that ended like a decade and a half ago. Land of Lincoln. Butch Hartman actually followed me for a while on Instagram because I drew a lot of Danny Phantom fan art, and I was so flattered because I do think he's a cool guy. He's had some horrible like PR gaffes here, but I still think overall he's a well-meaning guy, and he's created some of the most wonderful shows that have defined my childhood, and you know, it's something that my friends and I have in common and that brought us together. But I think I drew too many Vlads on Instagram because he unfollowed me and it broke my little heart. I don't know what else I could have done to offend him. I think it was the Vlads. And I think after like the 18th Vlad I drew, he was like, oh, she's one of those fans. Oh dear. And he unfollowed me. Which is fair. Which is fair. Better him finding out gently than having found my fan fiction, am I right? There's a joke that people from Utah are squares. I know Illinois because if I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk, I swear. I know Illinois is there because of the time zone. It's in the Central Coast. Is it? Okay. But that's patently not true. I'm going to cheat. Dude, oh, apparently not true. Sorry. I got you in your typos. Your autocorrects. So these are... I have no freaking idea what this is. This one is just Nightmare Land. Is that Oklahoma? Does Oklahoma have a panhandle? I'm picking my face because I'm a child and I don't know how to handle my nervous compulsions. Well, what's out here? Let's try these. Utah. By Nevada, or Nevada, probably, is what smart people say. But one of these is New Mexico. And then two of these are other things. One of these, I feel like starts with a V. But are there any states that start with a V other than Vermont? Virginia. We already have. Valhalla. It's not one. It's not one. Bill Clinton. Yes, I was born in the Panhandle. Thanks. I'm glad you were born in the Panhandle. One, because I'm glad you were born somewhere. That's awesome. Glad you're here. And two, you saved the day today. Godspeed. Good sir. God bless you. Badasmaro. I tried to pronounce that correctly. I'm sure I didn't. Aw, poopy. Freaking poopy, man. New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island. This one is Jersey. This is where Megas takes place, right? Bloop. I need to rewatch Megas, because Jamie from Megas XLR was my first crush on a goth guy. And, I owe him for that. I owe him a lot for that. No, I am considerably less sober than I was a little bit ago. I am kind of a lightweight. New. That's an E. New Jersey. Yeah, Megas. Was Megas on Toonami? I think Megas was on Toonami. I'm going to rewatch Megas. I have to find it online. It kind of reminds me of Motor City, even though it shouldn't. It doesn't make any sense for it to remind me of Motor City. Is that where the rest of Michigan is, right there? Because these are all the lakes. This is Erie, and then I don't freaking ask me to do the lakes. I cannot freaking do it. There's no way. It's too hard. What did you say nope to? See, this is why the chat thing is such a disaster. It's so hard with the delay. I don't know you guys are telling me things until hours after I would even remember what you were responding to. Hate that shit. And it's frustrating too when you're in the chat telling somebody something and then you know, you just sit there for hours patiently waiting for them to see your message, and then they misread it, or they just have no idea what you're talking about because it's been so long. It's just a totally different mindset. It's a totally different world when you're the one streaming, which I have a new respect for now that I do it from time to time. Yes, Megas was on Toonami. The Jersey Shore is landlocked. Well, I don't know what to say about that. I really don't. New Jersey looks like an S. Wait. What? Does it? Because that's not very helpful considering that this map is real imprecise. There, I'll just cover my ass with the question mark. Badass Morrow said, under Missouri, right to left is Arkansas. I'm gonna freaking go ham, right? Do people still say going ham? I don't know. Arkansas, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take a leap of faith here. Don't you screw me over, buddy, or I will find you. I really hope the FBI is no longer in the chat. The FBI has left the chat. What color is Arkansas? Let's make it sad yellow. Arkansas. Whoop, don't want it touching the outline. That weirds me out. Okay, alright, this is not going well for me. Arkansas. Okay. There's that one. I have cat hair in my freaking nose. What a shock. What a freaking shock. And here it looks like a weird J. Okay, I'll look back at that. I'll revisit that in a minute, Allie. Yeah. Oh. Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and then Georgia. Mem. I just read that. I forgot what I read already. That is not good. I'm going to do a state angled this way because I wrote the opposite way previously every time. M-I-S-S Mississippi. Yay! I loathe that that's not centered. Okay, hold on. Yay! All better. Now we use the fill tool to okay, it worked. That's what paint buckets sound like. You're welcome, kids. Alabama and then Georgia. Alabama, for some reason, like, states that I associate with being a hillbilly, I picture as yellow. But then Georgia, I don't know what to color Georgia. I think I know people who have lived in Georgia. I probably do. Alla. This is not. Oh my god. Help. Oh dear. My handwriting is actually very nice in real life. I swear. I swear. I loved Megas. Did your parents ever do that thing when you were little? Like, my mom was obsessed with giant robots. So I was like, this is a cool thing I can tell my mom about. So I told her, there's a show called Megas XLR. And she's like, did you say mega sex? And I'm like, no. I in fact did not, Mom. And she had to scream it because we were out to eat somewhere naturally because that's where that kind of thing happens. She's like, did you just say mega sex? Is that the title of a show, a cartoon my daughter is watching? And I'm like, no. No, Mom. No. The hentai was about 7 years out from there. It was nowhere near that time yet in my life. Alabama. Because people type... Wait. Alabama. Oh, Jesus. Help me. This is the B. Now it's a blob. Okay. Be patient. Please be patient with me. Alabama. Okay, that completely rectified the problem. Georgia. What color do I put Georgia? Purple? I'm trying to think. I also, in preparation for that test in social studies in 5th grade where we had to write down the state names on every state, I had a puzzle, you know, it was just a wooden puzzle where each state was a separate piece. It had a little knob on it where you took it out and put it back in. And one of these three was purple, I think. I would like to get another one of those puzzles, actually, just for something cute to do. Do you ever, like, try and find the toys that you had as a child just for nostalgic purposes? Just because it's like traveling back in time. It's like you're in a parallel universe when you actually, like, hold one of the toys that you had as a little kid in your hands, or you know, even if it's not that specific one, it's still the same toy. I have a lot of my toys from when I was little, weirdly. I just managed to hang on to them through moves and stuff, and it's weird to, like, stick batteries in them and play with them. They're all, like, creepy and demonic, and the voices don't work and the mechanisms don't work. Let's see. Yeah, now I feel like an idiot for using the term orange colored. No. Georgia needs to be peach or orange colored. Well, poopy. Yeah, it could have been. Dude, freaking... Okay. I was gonna wig out about peaches, but I actually don't eat peaches. Here, we can do the custom colors thing. For those of you who don't know, a little bit of background about Tiny Michelle. I was an only child. I had a couple wonderful best friends when I was little. But I was so alone that I would sit for hours. I was so lonely when I was little that I would, like, watch the 3D Maze screensaver. I would set it so it would come on in 5 minutes of inactivity and be on for like 3 hours. I would eat plain tortilla chips and watch the 3D Maze screensaver for hours. That's how lonely I was as a little kid. So I spent a lot of time using Microsoft Paint, and I learned how to, like, shade and do, like, semi-realistic skin colors and things like that from a very young age. So venturing into the custom colors menu, man, is something that I am a veteran. I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to using Microsoft Paint to unironically make beautiful art. There, it's peach color. Are you fools happy now? Georgia is the peach state. I see. Now it's the grape state. No, I rectified it, friends. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. West Virginia actually has the best peaches. If you see peaches from Georgia or West Virginia, choose the ones from West Virginia. That's interesting. Bad Asmaro said, peaches are actually one of the things I really don't like, but if I ever have a gun to my head, I'll now take the West Virginian peach. My problem, I don't want to, like, natter on about this because I've said it a trillion times. I am really allergic to all raw fruits and vegetables, just as I'm allergic to, like, grasses, pollens, trees, flowers, ragweed, all that stuff. Anything that grows out of the ground, I'm allergic to. So I don't eat fruit, like, ever. I don't like the texture of peaches, but I love the flavor. Like, I like peach juice. I like peach flavoring and, like, candy and stuff like that. So I really can't act like I'm this cultured, like fruit enthusiast when I don't even eat fruit. Hardly ever, because of what it does to me. Alright. Freaking... What's left? Crud, you guys. Something. One of these is New Mexico. What are they? What are they? Because there's a place where you can, like, sprawl out spread eagle and have one limb in each state, and everybody's like, I did that. Why aren't you freaking fancy? No, it's pretty cool. Tejas, Utah. I'm going to center Utah as well. New Mexico. New Mexico. Aw, poopy. Man, I'm not sure. See, I have to know the name of them to like, associate a color with them to put it there. Where do you hear about, like, people being kidnapped and murdered and having horrible things done to them and being taken into the sex trade and never seen again along the border here? You hear about Houston. Houston is like the kidnapping capital of America now. Is it? California, obviously, is here. I love fresh fruit and I grow my own peppers and tomatoes. That's awesome, Gonzo Duke. That's good for you. You're going to be one of the people, unlike me, who, if the apocalypse comes or if an EMP wipes out all technology, you have much better of a shot at surviving than I do. Michelle, who subsists entirely on microwave, like, TV dinners and vitamins to make up for the fact that she has no nutrients at any time of the day. Man, I don't. I'm having problems. These are... One of these is New Mexico. What are these? I'm drawing a total blank. Total blank. I am ashamed. I'm Australian, so I'm lost. Thanks a lot, man. Have a lovely day. You too, Donald Clark. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for trying. That is all I can ask. The square state is Wyoming. New Mexico is next to Texas, Arizona. Freaking Arizona. Thank you, man. I see, I knew these things, but I was drawing a blank and it was terrifying because it was just... I don't know. That's something that people always discuss and describe experiencing, and then they're like, oh, I must be getting so old. It's like, I've been having that problem since I was like 3 or 4. Like, where you know something, but there's just a block around it. You cannot, like, make any of the neurological little electrical connections in your brain to access that, like, little island. It's like a totally isolated, walled off little, like, fragment of information that at any other time, if you weren't, like, hyperfixating on it, you could just pull it out effortlessly. I hate that. Freaking hate that, man. Colorado. Middle top is Colorado. Okay. Thank you. New Mexico's next to Tejas. Okay. That's what I thought. See, New Mexico is red to me because I think of everything that happened in ABQ and Breaking Bad. I think blood. New Mexico. Plus, one of Mexico's colors is red. It's like not at all my aesthetic or what I'm naturally drawn to, but I'm totally fascinated by a lot of Hispanic culture, especially Mexican culture, as opposed to like Spanish culture. So it's cool to learn stuff like that. Arizona is there. Colorado is middle top. Okay, let's see here. We'll make this one purpley. Well, no, let's do a vivid purple just to like balance out the map overall. So, is this Colorado? I think it is. Okay, that's not good. Let's fix this. Gotta be centered a little bit. Kohlrabi. No, Michelle. Colorado. Colorado is a strangely pleasing word to say. Yeah. Arizona. Wyoming. Freaking Wyoming. Of course it's freaking Wyoming. Screw you, Wyoming. How dare you inconvenience me so. Arizona. Do I know people who live in Arizona? I might. I know the dry air is great for people with allergies. People are always telling me, you've got to go somewhere with dry air, or you're just going to be suffering your whole life. And they might be right. Wyoming. See, for just a glimmering moment here, thanks very much to your guys' help, I was foolish enough to think, well, look at me, I did it. I got them all. Got them? No. You freaking fool. You did not. All the little gross squiggly ass nonsense over here, you failed. You didn't do it yet. No, I didn't mean to do that. Help me. Okay. So, was it Allie? Somebody was saying that this is not Jersey. Megas was not here. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me find it. I am shamefully intoxicated considering the minuscule amount of alcohol I've consumed. Let's see if I can find this in here. New Jersey looks like an S, but in here it looks like a weird J. So, is this Jersey? Yes, you're welcome. Very ladylike, I know. This is Jersey. Is this Jersey? Is this Jersey? Help me. This one is now New Jersey. It's good letters writing. Yes, correct. For the love of God, everyone help me, please. Wait, New Jersey is the J in this map, or the backwards L. Yes. This one, hell yeah, brother. We did it. Just gonna gently erase this one until I figure out what that one is. What are we missing? We're missing, we've got Maine, I know New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey. I know I need Delaware yet. Duh. Which one of these is Delaware? I also need Vermont. Correct? Is Vermont over here? Or is Vermont one of these little shitties over here? Okay, no. Stop! Stop it! So we've got Vermont and Delaware yet, correct? Maybe Vermont is up top. I'm not sure. Yee. Yee. Let's make this one purple. I'm gonna say this freaking stop. Stop that. Stop! Is this one Vermont? This one is now indefinitely Vermont until you fools tell me otherwise. Because Vermont is just one of those gross places that under no circumstances should exist. Based solely on the fact that I am completely incapable of tolerating and respecting political views other than my own. That's Vermont now. Question mark? Yeah? Maybe? And is Delaware... Crap, you guys. What's the yellow one? Help me, I don't know. V for Vermont. Yes, that's Vermont. Hell yeah, you guys. Thank you. Maryland. Yeah. Yes. Cool. This was not a good idea. If I want to showcase my skills, my intelligence, my wit and my charm for my channel, this might not be the best video for people to go to. May not be. Vermont is beautiful, is it? I want to go to all the states someday. Except Florida. I'm sorry. I'll maybe go to Florida someday because I have really cool relatives who live there, and I know they're happy there, and I want to see their home and what they've done with it. But other than that, if they did not live there, I would sacrifice Florida for, like, a bag of stale fortune cookies any day, to be perfectly honest. The yellow one is Rhode Island, unless Google is lying to me. The yellow one is Massachusetts. Is it? Because I swear, I have to say, on that one, I'm pretty sure, Badass Morrow, I'm pretty sure the wee little one is Rhode Island. The little, like, tiny little chunk of cilantro there. Maryland, Delaware, and Vermont are left. Okay. So what the hell is all this hooey right here? I'm not sure. You know what? I think this garbage here is Maryland, actually. So that, you're saying... Massachusetts. Florida is humid and sweaty. I hate humidity. I hate it so much here. We're just gonna... Yeah, we did it. S-E-T-T-S, Massachusetts? Or is it Massachusetts? Massachusetts. I don't know. I don't know how to spell Massachusetts, y'all. That is not an S. That didn't help me. There. Very good. Very nice. Then Delaware. Then Maryland. I knew Maryland was this, like, wacky-ass nonsense here. I thought. I say I knew when I very obviously procrastinated and left it till last because I didn't know it all and was desperately needing your guys' help. Maryland looks like a nightmare now. Maryland. It doesn't look very merry. Okay. Did you get my state? Korisosuke. Yeah, you did. I don't know which one it is, but I'm glad I did. You can't say, yeah, we did it without singing the Doors song. I won't do it, my man. You can't make me. My bad, the map that I'm looking at doesn't even have Rhode Island in it. There shows Connecticut and Rhode Island as one state, and it's showing Rhode Island and Massachusetts as the yellow state. So basically, Badass Morrow, you're saying that in an alternate reality, I uploaded the map that you are now referencing to the internet. An alternate reality in which none of you helped me, and I failed miserably. I feel like Delaware might be green, so I pick yellow. I'm not drunk. I'm not. I don't know why you guys would even suggest such insulting nonsense. Where? And then somebody said below, right under Jersey is DC. Wait, DC, then Delaware, then Maryland? Oh, help. Wait. Help. Connecticut. Yeah, I did get Connecticut, but I got it wrong at first. I marked Massachusetts. I thought Massachusetts was Connecticut, and then the chat saved me from humiliating myself publicly in front of everyone for all time. So it's more the chat that got your state than me, but I'm glad we got it included eventually, somehow. So, oh, this is not pretty. Am I close here? Is Delaware the triangle, or what this map makes a triangle? DC is the little white thing. Is it this little guy right here? DC is a really tiny state inside Maryland. Okay, okay. You are finished. I was wrong. Don't beat yourself up, you guys. You guys knew more of the specifics than I did here, I think. Okay, we did it. I'm not gonna sing the song, Ryan, you can't make me. But what we can do is we can make this small and draw yay. Okay, just lengthen the legs a little bit. Me. Isn't that nice? There I am. Hello, everyone. We'll make the hair yellow. like me. This, why am I doing this? We'll make the eyes kind of a washed out grayish blue like me. That's me. Exclamation point. I'm in Ohio. Alright, you guys, what do you think, man? It's the Mandela effect, lol. Are you from the Berenstain universe or the Berenstein universe? I'm like everyone else. My whole life, including when I was little and my mom read those books to me. We only had like 2 of them, but she read it as Berenstein. So I'm from the other universe, I think. I'd like to think that if I'm in the wrong one somehow, I am the evil twin, but I know that's not how this all works. It's just this horrible kind of awkward vibration because our worlds are almost on the same frequency. I don't know that because it's not real. But what? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Can I fiddle with myself to this stream? If that's what you've got to do, you do it, man. Whatever you got to do. Ohio. Indeed, that's where I am. I don't know. I don't know much about any of these other states. That's not true. I know some things. I know the, like, ridiculous, political misconceptions and generalizations that people make. I know those very well. Texas, I think of as a bunch of patriots. California, I think of as all just a bunch of, like, angry, rich environmentalists. Maine, I just think of as, really leftist authors and big lobsters. Vermont, I think of as leftists. West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, even I think of as hillbillies. Georgia, I think of it as peaches because you guys reminded me. That's the only state that's peach colored here. That looks really ugly. Ohio is an 8 to 9 hour drive from New York City. Yeah. Ohio is a good Neil Young song. I've never heard it. You can't be the evil twin if you don't have a goatee. Sorry. Well, that sucks, because I most certainly cannot grow one. Alright, fine. I'll just be me, I guess. Well, let's see. I can take out the, the question marks, then. If we've got them all right. Alright, well, this is pretty much all I had on the books. Is that even a figure of speech? Most likely not. This was all I had planned here, so you're all dismissed. Good to go. Go away now. You're free. Tomorrow I'll find out my new account. Okay, cool. 4 dead in Ohio. Why? What do you mean? Did I do it? I didn't do it. Stupidity doesn't kill, at least not without somebody being in a motor vehicle or something like that. I didn't do it yet. They were crushed by the stick figure of myself I just drew. Okay. Yeah, in all honesty, that's all I had planned. That's, this is it. The Great Lakes, I don't know off the top of my head. I just don't know. Alaska, that's what I think it looks like. Hawaii is islands. I know that much. Can thank Big Bear for sending me your way. Aw, okay. That's lyrics to the Neil Young song. Is it? Okay, cool. Alright. I don't know, man. I think that's about it, you guys. Thank you for joining me in this very laid-back, marginally entertaining stream. At least it was somewhat educational. If nothing else, some of you got Googling experience in case you were rusty on that. And now we know where things are, sort of. Or at the very least, you know how much of a lightweight of I am. How much of a lightweight of I am. That's what I just said. Demonstrating my point perfectly. Gonzo Duke said, I've met more hillbillies from Ohio, and I lived in West Virginia for years because I went to college there. Really? Really? I mean, I know some hillbillies from Ohio. I suppose I do, but most people are just kind of like, I mean, they're not like city people, like they're not like fast-paced, well-dressed people, but they're not hillbillies, at least not in the area where I live. But I only know a very small swath of people compared to the majority. I suppose we've got some pretty redneck-esque people in Ohio. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Thank you guys for helping. This was not nearly as riveting as I had hoped and planned, but it was fun. I think it was fun. We all learned something. What could be more important than that? So, right. Thank you. Thank you all for watching so much. And I'm probably gonna head out here. If you feel so compelled, you may like, comment, and subscribe and share my content. That means the world to me. But if you find me to be lackluster or so incompetent that it makes you lose all faith in humanity, one, understandable, and two, you don't have to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't like being condescending and acting like me ordering people to do that is going to magically make them do it if they don't want to. And stuff. And I hope you guys are having a good day, or night, if it is in fact nighttime where you are, as it is for me. If today was really shitty, please resolve to make tomorrow a little bit better. Life is going to happen to you regardless. So you can either choose to just let it happen, or you can take a proactive role and actually live your life. And I promise you, once you choose to start doing that, life can and will get better. I am proof, as cliche as it sounds, that life, it does get better. It really does. And it's worth persisting even when you don't feel like it. So, thank you guys so much yet again for watching. I love you dearly. And on this lovely little educational note, I will see you next time.